This game kind of steps away from the standard you would expect in a Breath of Fire game. It's not fantasy, it's like science fiction. I think there's a little more, yeah. Temporary data, yes. And it's a setting that's strongly based on the use of New Game Plus. Like, there's a time limit to beat it, which you cannot possibly beat it in the initial time limit. Maybe if you're speedrunning it or something. And then after the time limit, you restart with a lot of your abilities, and you're expected to run through New Game Plus several times before you can actually finish the game. Really cool concept. The combat system's really cool. It actually kind of reminds me of Valkyria Chronicles. But it has some neat ideas that Valkyria Chronicles doesn't do that are very interesting. Namely, as you use a player on their turn, there's an AP counter in the top left corner, action points. Should probably be called move points. I guess you use them for actions as well as moving in this one. And as you move away from your initial position, it drains your AP, which is really neat. But if you return to your initial position, this is the cool part, since it's turn-based, it regenerates it. And there's a button you can press that will just reset you to the beginning of the turn, so you can try to move around a bunch to optimize your use of AP so you're not wasting any. Just like barely get close enough to the enemy to be able to attack them. And there's different combos you can learn and use. I think we got that turn for free. Now, we just got Nina. Nina is a character that's in basically every Breath of Fire game. She's kind of like an angel character. Her ability was really confusing when I first saw it. I'm like, why would I want to put a little fireball on the ground that doesn't do any damage? I can't place it where enemies are. But the reason you want to do it is that enemies move through it and do a ton of damage, so it adds a bunch of design space to the combat where you're focused on positioning, even more so than just the basic melee combat mechanic would suggest. There we go. No, it's not always the same. It's always Ryu and Nina. It's like Sid in Final Fantasy. Nice. Power of ranged attacks. And there's this thing called Party XP, which is a cool system. Basically, oh shit. Basically, there's this Party XP in the bottom right corner, and you can spend it at any time to level up characters. But it carries over to New Game Plus, while your general character levels do not. So you can hold on to it and try to make your New Game Plus more powerful. Hey, what's up, little DPs? This game's really cool. Like, deserves a lot of cred for trying something really different, right? That might be an AoE attack, but I'm not actually sure. Let me put more distance so I can try to use Nina's attack effectively here and avoid taking damage. Nina's really the first time in the game that I feel like it's possible for us to completely avoid damage in a lot of battles by using her traps effectively. A lot of we've had to do 2 New Game Plus resets so far due to running out of resources, and usually it's the healing resources that are really limited. Life card. Maybe I can cast that a second time safely. But she does, if you end her turn without using all her AP, some of it carries over to her next turn. Nice. So that's why it was better for me to spend the remainder of his turn moving him away from the enemy, rather than attacking one time for a dinky hit, right? But it's cool to have to think about, do I want to attack back and forth or not? Safety lock activated, because the D ratio I think is based on the number of times you've done New Game Plus. Something like that. And I think D stands for dragon, because it's Breath of Fire, and the main character Ryu always has to deal with dragons. That's a bummer, I didn't realize that was an enemy. I thought it was a chest or something, or an item I could pick up. Alright, we've got Jolt now, let me try that. Don't think that hits allies at all. It's less damage than the fire attack. Bummer. Nice block. damage. Radiant Historia has cool battle mechanics. I think Kami's talked about that game before. That sounds neat. The hell is a louse? Item for sale. Too many legs. Research subject. Liver slice. I could probably dump that if I run out of space later. I did go to the trouble of buying a bunch of healing items since they're few and far between shit. I really gotta not let them get the preemptive strike. It's very, very bad. Some things I can do. If I get to go before the spider goes, then we should be okay. Oh, there's a second spider. It would have been better for me to back up and place the fire if I had known that. Bummer. Traps in Radiant Historia are OP if you're good at the battle system. Now it's doing less damage. I think that's a knockback skill. Yeah, it has some decent synergy with Nina's traps. So it is really cool to think about that, like have her knock the enemy into Ryu so he doesn't have to use any AP moving and gets more melee strikes off. Shit. Sick. Check something real quick. PS3 fans running really loud. Hey, it's not getting picked up. Do I do less healing than that? 50 HP. Yeah, and then it removes it from the inventory. Much better. Ah, shit. That's 3 in a row, that's bad. Night Yahan, get you around. Oh, the archer lady is shadow stitched, so she can't move. But that broke up his move enough. That's good. I don't know what she's saying there. Yeah, honey. Word dust. Word dust. Can I switch which character's active? I think there's a button to do that, right? That's like a dash move, which lets me run past enemies. It might be based on the party order in here, but I thought there was an icon or a way to do it directly. Just the map. Here we go. Okay, so I might have an easier time getting the shot off here. What does Hora Hora mean? There we go. Excellent. Yeah, and we want the battle to start from far away. We can pull them into the traps. Nina tends to get to go right away. Yeah, once the battle starts proper, so put a G-flare on the path here. Force it to walk through it. Move, see what happens. Hey, hey, hey. that went much better. Let's maybe have her in the front from now on. Footloose. Anyways, perfect. I like how it tracks to your actual distance from the character in the real world. Turn end. Nina should be able to go. We can put one right here. I think she has some sort of AP carryover as well. I'm not entirely clear how it works though. I don't want to waste these. Wait for the other enemy to get across here. Good. Try to move the other characters over. Out of my way is knockback, I think. Perfect. Move. Hopefully it'll move through both of these, if that's possible. And let's see what happens. As far as you can get. Cool. So we didn't use our whole turn last time, so she gets more shots here. Fantastic. Brilliant. Okay. Footloose. Don't know what that does. Here's bind. That makes sense. Oops. Now I want her. What does her special move do? Does she have one? That like sucks in nearby items, right? No, she has one, she hasn't learned it yet. Tales of Symphonia Fog. That's funny. Red's fighting rough. Oh, if you don't use your extra turn, you don't get any AP for the next turn. Interesting. I like how this, the further you move this, it costs more AP. It's a cool system. I thought I was being clever by skipping her extra turn to pass over AP to her next turn. It is not in fact how that works, unfortunately. I want to use out of my way a couple times here. Keep it from getting at us. That AP should carry over in theory. There it is. Yeah, wow, it's pretty crazy. You go from like you're guaranteed to take about half your health and damage in every battle when you start with the two early characters, Ryu, I forget the other guy's blonde kid. But those two characters, like, they're both melee, so you're always going to take a lot of damage. And now I have someone who can, like, traps, and someone who can, like, knock enemies back and attack from behind the traps. Really, really good. Treasure chest back here. Poor squirrel thing. AP to move her a little bit closer. I think it ends up being kind of a 6 of one, half a dozen of the other type situation. Worker Ant is gathering AP. Bye, Ant. Overkill. That's okay though. I think it just carries over to how much AP you have on the next turn. Actually push him back more so we can use the trap again. So Ryu's just going to be kind of useless. Melee characters risk too much. Only on speed. Okay, that makes sense. Expel. You can probably only save up to like double your max AP, I'm guessing. You can delay your turn. How does delaying your turn work? I actually didn't know that was a thing. I know that works in D&D. It's a good comparison. Is that just when you pass? Shield for you, weapon for Lynn. Okay. Looking forward to a chance to identify. There's not a way that I can like quickly like town portal, right? Or Hearthstone, return to town to do stuff like identifying, and then return to where I was in the dungeon. But there are like merchants you can run into in the dungeon proper, I think. Oh, that's really cool. Thanks, Expel. Did not know that was a thing. It's very useful info. We're gonna attack those dudes from in there, which is fine. Can't open this door either. Maybe there'll be a switch I can pull somewhere. Hello. Tons of party XP. Got anything else to say? You just provide tips. Hoping that was a merchant. Oh, interesting. Those are pretty much just XP, maybe? That's not good. Traps give more party XP. I haven't really messed around with traps enough yet. Does Confuse just wear off after a certain amount of time? That's a cool mechanic, because I guess normally that wouldn't matter. You would just wait for it to run off, right? Or wear off. But since there's actually a time limit, you don't want to do that too much. This guy's already confused. Oh, she shot herself in her confusion. Okay. Brilliant. Order cannot be changed after moving. I see. Your status except poison. Does poison just do a certain amount of damage before it runs out then? Expel? back. Ouch. So that depletes once he's done. Double the AP here if we can. So was he hit by one of the little bugs that confused stuff that we saw earlier? Is that how that worked? She's got all this extra AP now, which may as well use it. I'm wondering if that guy would be resistant to knockback, you know? So. Take steps until you heal it or die. Interesting. Oh, bummer. I thought that she was out of range. Didn't realize that guy could move that far. Yikes. Ooh. Double yikes. That's really bad. Okay. Let me flee as much as I can here. Cancel after that. Item. Don't think I have a thing to pick her up in combat. I think such a thing does exist, I just don't remember the rules on it. 100 HP. Oh, that's what tonic is, isn't it? Wait till a turn where I can get to her safely. Let me heal Ryu so he doesn't die if his enemy gets close enough. Oh, he avoided it. Smart enemy. Shit. I didn't realize they could be smart. Bogus indeed. I'm glad they're capable of being smart, right? Watch him avoid this one too, right? Because he's not certain to run into it no matter what. Okay, that one he took damage from.
Show me what you got.
Oh my god, Rich! Oh yeah! You gotta get Swifty!
Alright, let's go. Try to place it somewhere where he's guaranteed to step on it if we move out of the way. Yeah, they lured me into a trap with the dumb enemies, exactly. Think a guy could always get away with that shit. Maybe afford to do one more, but I don't think it's worth it. Let's go back and defend here. Now, dead party members don't gain any XP at the end of combat, right? Unfortunately. I thought that might be just barely enough. Bummer. Hooray! Yeah, they don't get any XP. What I don't know though, so this set I gained 146 XP. Is that divided among party members? So did that mean that Ryu and Nina got less? Or they got more because Lin was dead? Or if someone's dead, you just miss out on XP globally? Okay, that's exactly what I wanted to know. Thank you. Perfect. So that's not so bad then. It would be much worse if it was like actual lost XP. It just disappears. Some games do it that way. At some point I need to reset. And we said there's not really a way... Shit. Of course. That stupid thing hit me. There's not a way to, like, exit the dungeon for free, like teleport back out like a town portal to sell stuff and then go right back to where you left off. Carrying too much. It's a heal kit. What can I dump here? Probably Ogre Slice. So I already have it. Safety lock activated. Pressures you to move forward. So being able to sell and identify stuff only really happens by manually backtracking back to the beginning of the game. Or I guess by how else would you do it? By doing New Game Plus, right? Because you keep any items that were in your inventory when you New Game Plus. If I recall correctly. Oh, smart in me. Oh, I didn't realize you could run into multiple towns. I guess that was the source of my confusion. I thought there was just the one town. Gotcha. That's cool. Mega Aid Kit. I kinda want that. This wouldn't be a waste to do that. This game is really cool. I like it a lot. I don't think I've played anything quite like it. It sort of has this roguelike quality since the dungeon itself is randomly generated. But it's a more interesting level of randomly generated with the way the loot and things like that work than something like Persona. That is a thing. Looks like a mimic. There we go. Ooh, that did no damage. Interesting. Maybe only magic will work. Only melee or something. Stored inventory, so the stuff in your actual inventory doesn't carry over. That's good. Save AP for next turn. Oh, this enemy, it's gotta come over here. Oh, no more than 3 magic circles can be set. Fair enough. Seems reasonable. Hermits. Move back. Nice. Nice. Just needed the one trap, I guess. Cool. What's the blue plus 2% XP bonus? Is that based on number of resets or something? It gets higher the more you do it? Those things are too tall. Nice. Congrats, Sornus. I've never bothered with a wall mounting TV. Just leave it on its normal stand. It'd probably be nice to do though. Treasure box is locked. Treasure key for this floor. So that's just something I could find elsewhere on the floor, just a regular item, presumably. I assume this is the thing that has something I'm supposed to interact with, right? I don't see any interact buttons. Maybe it's just a dead end? Ah, okay. Not taking damage, probably. Maybe. Look at the map. Yeah, unfortunately, I think this is the way we want to go. Shit! Shit. Bummer. Ooh, lucky miss. Well, what does Jolt do to this thing? Just for curiosity. Not good enough. We gotta get that fire attack. Now, she can't move through her own magic circle, right? She will take damage. So I can at least get the knockback if I don't do any damage. Okay, cool. Very satisfying. It's probably going to go for Ryu. Oh, maybe not if it's gathering AP. Should force it to go through at least one of these, I think. Fingers crossed. Ah, it's trying to get around it though. Okay, let's pass. Send her down a turn. Back. Goodbye. Fantastic. I'm doing okay in health. No one ended up taking damage in that battle. How do I get bombs to blow up? So I'm not totally clear on how best to use bombs, really. It's just like if they touch the bomb, they blow up, or something? Hey, Lovely, what's up?
So it's raining.
Okay. Do you want to not go?
Well, no.
Okay.
I still want to go, but if I might take a call.
Okay, that's fine.
And then, yeah, man. I mean, I looked it up. It might be raining all night.
Andrea, we're doing like a pub crawl with the marching band today. That's fine. You want to go?
Get a little wet.
Alright.
There's water. And can also walk in the rain. I have an umbrella.
You'll have an umbrella and
My glockenspiel.
glockenspiel?
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, that's fine.
Alright, we're gonna go do the park.
Okay, bye-bye. I'll call you when I'm done. Figure out where you are and all that fun stuff. Get as far away as we can. Manually detonate bombs in battle from the menu. Automatically detonate if hit by fire. They don't hurt you. Okay, so you could try to plant some bombs and put some fire around them to explode the enemy before you even get into combat in the first place, it sounds like. That's cool. Too far away. Just keep backing up then. Even if you have AP built up, there's still a maximum movement range, it looks like, right? My own fire circles don't hurt me too, is that correct? Ah, so you can only use the bombs on the battlefield outside of combat, and then they affect the battle once the battle starts, it sounds like, right? Gotcha. Reset. That's good. So I can stand in them safely, it sounds like, more or less. I like how her magic staff is like a flamethrower. It's a really cool flavor thing. Big fan. That was exactly what I wanted to happen. It couldn't have played out any better for me. Gotta move her further back, though. Have him kind of act as a tank here and block damage to them. I think that's correct. Walking around it, will ya? Maybe I can knock him back into that other one. Who's the composer for this game? It's probably safer to just move her back a little more here. Almost close enough to knock him into that. Maybe if he moves further over this way, it could be possible. Yeah. Try standing here and see if he gets close enough, maybe. Yeah, I agree, Kevin. That's why I was asking. Tactics Ogre, Final Fantasy 12. It's a very distinct style. I hit the one on the side, that's good. Ooh, ouch. That could have been worse. That wasn't hit a lot harder than that. Yeah, I agree. I don't really know what her deal is. She seems like she might be some kind of science experiment or something. It's hard to say. You don't want to root him, is what I think stay here does. Tell you of all that AP built up into one turn. With this, I might be able to kill him before he gets to move. Fantastic. Fun, 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 fun. And only took like 30 damage in that whole fight. Seems really satisfying to play well. Okay. Well, these... What can I dump? Stores 100 HP to the whole party. I probably want to hold on to that for battle. 25 Zenny isn't that great. I can probably dump the junk. Vagrant Story. Has he done other Breath of Fire games, or is this the only one he did? This is the way forward, so we have to fight that guy. Yeah, right? It's like hard to describe. It's a lot of strings. 500 Zenny. That's a good amount of Zenny. Must be that far northern room, something that I can see. I don't know how we're supposed to get to it though. Doors seem to be locked. This is the only one he did. Interesting. Oh, I guess I must have interacted with something that opened that door. It was totally closed before. Power boost. Power boost like a permanent stat bonus or something? I hate having no inventory space, it's so stressful. Explodes at once, but is also useful in battle. Get some value out of it, right? Okay, during one battle, so that's one I probably want to use against one of those tall guys, take him out faster. Breath of Fire 5? Did 5 come out before or after this game? Is this really the last Breath of Fire game? Oh, this is Breath of Fire 5? Okay. It's not called 5, is it? It's just called Dragon Quarter because it's different enough from the main series. At least I don't think it says 5 on the box. Yeah, I don't know if I get... Please walk through the fire, stupid enemy. Almost. You almost did what I wanted you to do. That's not what I want you to do. No, they could run away like that. Can't reach the other one at all. What is Jama Namo mean? Jama Namo. It's like, why does she have a tail? Probably means out of my way. Gotcha. Sure. I don't know if these guys run away too. Oh, I thought I had that thing in attack range. I guess I was just barely out of it, unfortunately. Interesting. I wonder if they decided to remove 5 from the NA title because it was so different from the earlier games. Oh, I didn't mean to big skip. That's okay. We got plenty of AP here. Calling them an obstacle. That's cool. Oops. Interesting. That's cool. I need junk. Bombs I got. I'm gonna stack them. It is. It's cool etymology too. Ojimashmasu. I'm in your way. That's the same Jama. Huh. Can't really move very far on 4 AP, unfortunately. It's better to just like save it for the next turn, I think. Switches to attack mode. That's a bummer that that one missed. I love that about Mandarin is the same. Although I think that Japanese is a lot more about like obfuscated meaning, like wink nudge meaning, than Mandarin is. You don't actually want to say what you're talking about, but you want to make it clear through the implication. Emergency, the door is locked. I feel like that's where I have to go to progress. Well, the sound is making it sound like there's like a boss nearby or something. Interesting. The other exit's locked too. There is a boss monster, holy shit. Angry ant from killing too many little baby ants? That's pretty awesome. That's really what's going on. Alright, let's place some bombs here if we can. How do I make it so that they... Wait. I don't quite understand how you, throw them versus just place them on the ground. It's fairly decent damage. I can't get him over the edge here. It's messed up. I guess I don't have LOS when I'm doing that, huh? You're saying fire detonates bombs, as does pressing a button in combat? Based on moving versus standing still. I see. Ooh, that sucks. I didn't realize you could do that. And he blew up the bombs. Yikes. Alright, well, he can hit us from a far distance. We should be more careful. For a ton of damage, it turns out. Let's just run as far as we can here and try to minimize the attacks he can do. See how many fire traps we can land here. We gotta be careful because I don't really have an intuition for how far the boss can place shit, unfortunately. Sleep. That's really not good. Oh no. Alright, do I have anything that can affect sleep? Can't be used in boss battles. Oh, I'm so dead, aren't I? Can I attack my allies to wake them up, or no? What causes sleep to run out in this game? Fire blast you. Because you just want to keep everybody spread out. Start to battle through true maneuver. This wouldn't count because this is a boss battle, right? At least I think it is. Does the strength up, power up thing that I got, does that only apply for physical damage? Or would it work for magic damage as well? So should probably use it for Ryu. Okay, cool. We're pushing back as much as we can here. So you're knocked out. It uses up your entire turn, right? So I probably should have done it when I was further away from them. Ooh, that sucks. Bummer. Alright. Go ahead and use it now. Maybe a better opportunity for it. You get some Deathbringer strikes off next turn. Fingers crossed. Can use an unlimited number of items each turn. Okay, that's good to know. Thanks. Thanks, Sailor Dan. I know. Andrea's doing, well, I guess we're both doing a bar crawl tonight for the marching band. So we're going to start at Pajarito and just go to all different places that serve alcohol in Los Alamos, which includes the local Smith's grocery store. It's pretty limited, pretty small town. But we'll be walking in the rain, so that'll be fun. If you have 0 AP, then your turn ends when you use an item. Okay. Thanks, I wasn't sure about that. Wow, that was nice. Glad I used the power boost. Yeah, not sure where they're going with the Thursday night either, but you know, whatever, that's cool. Guess maybe they assume people have off on every other Friday, so half the town will be out. That's me. Okay, so we're about at time for this game, but a few more minutes. I'm just gonna see what's on the next floor if it'll let me get there. Can't save. Have to be careful with the way this game handles saving. Ooh. Oh, perfect. There's like a quick save thing you can do from anywhere in the game world, which is nice. That's what we did last time. It would be nice to get to a place where I can use that save token I just picked up. See where this goes. Ah, so is this a town? You don't look like junk collector to me. Look at that. Beautiful timing, and then we can sell and identify some stuff next session. The benefit of saving with a save token... Wait, what? Oh. There we go. Playing a Hypello. Rides a shoe puff? That's actually the main character, Ryu. Alright, so that's time for Breath of Fire Dragon Quarter. Next up is Vagrant Story, which actually is also on the PlayStation, so let me set to spin that up here. I'm going to go ahead and boot Vagrant Story now, before I get the clock set up and the announcements out, because I guess there's a cutscene that we want to see that we missed last time that only plays when the title screen is idle for a while. So let me work on that real quick.